And we're good to go.
All right, this is the mayor manager meeting on March the 9th. Oh, March. I have March open on my calendar. It's February. Oh my gosh, how can I? And it's 8:32, and in the room is Linda Olson, Alex Dorotek, Jade Tuscott-Reed, Nathaniel Sierra, Shawn Lewis, and Stephanie Carlisle.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We'll start with February 16th. And we've got a public hearing. We've got 3 public hearings. One for a vacation of right-of-way, another vacation of right-of-way, and a PUD site for Winslow Crane. And we have already assigned time. And Jade, that would be the time of obviously the presentation is 20 minutes on the first 2.
Correct.
And then is it correct that I'm seeing 2 hours on the public hearing, the third one?
You know, actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think that's what they estimated the entire public hearing to go for. I'm not sure of the exact presentation time specifically, but I can reach out and get those if you would like.
Yeah, and I think that, Mayor, what we heard from community development staff was that they didn't have any public feedback on this on the first 2, their vacations at planning and zoning, so they weren't anticipating any at council. But
Okay.
And then we have moving on, removal of Transportation Advisory Committee alternate member, and that's an attendance issue, I think, or someone moving out of town maybe. And it looks like we don't have any.
Can I just say, in the past, we've done those just on consent and not, is this? This is removal of oh, it is. I'm sorry, it is. I see a yes now. Yep. Okay.
And then we've got renewal of 2020 concrete trip hazard elimination contract, bill for an ordinance, updates to Title II boards and commissions, a resolution for enterprise fleet management recommendation that you heard last night.
Sorry, I did want to hop in really quick. You were asked to confirm if this would be on consent or not, based off of last night. Okay.
Yeah, based off of last night, I think it's not on consent.
Right.
Perfect. Thank you.
We had 2 people missing anyway, so.
And then we have a motion for Allen Water Treatment Plant granular activated carbon removal and replacement. This is part of our filtration system. And then the executive session for legal advice. Any questions on those?
And then we were also going to revisit the decorum, the Bob's rules. I'm going to sneeze.
Did we say we were going to do that next year or in 2 weeks?
Oh, yes, I guess we are, aren't we? Okay, I'm just going to start using what we discussed last night in this meeting then, right? Yeah.
So move it to the following study session?
To March, so February 22nd, yes.
Perfect.
Wow.
We also talked about putting the charter amendment for a direct elective mayor on that study session as well, the 22nd.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, that's what I was looking at, the charter review.
Yeah.
A lot of good comments last night about that.
Yeah.
I can see it either way, really.
Yeah. Moving on to February 22nd, we'll have a study session. Well, these are all study sessions. The monthly financial update, stormwater utility program update, budget advisory committee issue brief review, and update on sustainability plan and program. And then that's where we've moved the Bob's Rules of Order and the charter amendment for mayor. Any discussion on those?
No, I just have a question regarding it says possibly Taylor Boone. Who's Taylor Boone on the line item for the sustainability?
Well, he was our student. We actually do need to take that off. He was our student that we worked with for maybe a couple of weeks, and then he's gone MIA. So Tim has had to do most of the work on this.
Oh, no. Please
Please
tell me this is not a DU student, right?
I think it's CU Denver. Yeah. Pretty discouraging, actually, because we've got a long way to go. And I said, well, let's find another student. And he goes, you can't imagine how much time it took me to brief him.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And by the way, my battery is quite low, so I'm going to join by my phone, but turn it on silent so that I can jump on if I lose battery on my laptop. Moving on to May the 1st.
March.
Excuse me, March the 1st. Let's see, I'm trying to make sure I'm not getting feedback. March the 1st, we have study session memo on stormwater bond issuance. And so we're moving aggressively to get the bonds out on the market so that we can, or go to market, so we can sell bonds to quickly start the construction of the stormwater infrastructure projects as discussed. We have the final wayfinding and placemaking master plan and a motion for electronic records information management system. This is the one that was in your budget, but it's a little higher than we were hoping for. So we're needing to bring that to council for the dollar amount as well. We have a change order for Keeson Enterprises, and that's for snow removal. Resolution for approval of RTD elevator modernization proposal. First reading of a portion of West Cornell Street and a portion of the associated alley. Another first reading on vacation of a portion of South Huron. First reading on public hearing site development plan for Winslow Crane. Would that be first? Oh yeah, first reading.
Yeah.
We just had the public hearing. And then a study session topic on the Malley Trust Fund, some recommendations around that.
Sorry if it was at the bottom.
So we'll move that up, Jade?
Yep.
Okay. Any questions on those?
No, do we want to put times in them now or, because we don't need to keep?
We might want to put them on the February 22nd. I think we had a couple that didn't have times.
Oh, we did?
10 minutes set aside. Well, okay, so that one did have time. Oh, I guess they all have times.
Well, we
The
started
budget
time
advisory
last-
does not. Oops, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, the budget advisory is missing one for discussion.
Great.
I would think that would take some good time. I think I'm looking forward to their presentation. What do you think, Nathaniel? You're on that committee, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe 30 minutes for
Yeah,
discussion.
that sounds good.
Great.
And yeah. And
yeah,
Shawn, it would be helpful. Who would, I want to hear what staff have been thinking too about this. So I don't know, maybe it's another time because we want to give the budget committee their full due, but I don't know.
I'm sorry, what's the question?
Well, I would like to hear, they're going to talk about reserves and fund policy brief. I guess our new finance director is new, so I don't know if she has some first blush ideas, having looked at what we're doing.
I have not talked to her about that. Jenny Nolan is the staff liaison to that board. And I'm sure she's briefed Jackie on that, the new finance director. Yeah. So I'll ask her to be prepared to answer that.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
All right. So moving down, or did you already move this down? Yeah, or no? Okay. So yeah, if we want to put some time frames around the March. First, we have a 20-minute presentation on the stormwater bond issuance.
Yep. There'll be a good discussion about that. Probably what, 30 minutes?
Yeah, I'd say 20 to 30.
You're right on time, on target last night. Of course, there were only 5 of us, so.
And then for the wayfinding, I don't even think we're gonna need 15 minutes for that. Hey, Jade, can you squeeze that down to 10 and let Chris know?
Will do.
Yeah, so they're coming back with their kind of revised.
Yes.
I'd say we got at least 20 minutes on that, if not more. I don't know. I think there's lots of, I have some, well, we're not going to stop this process, so at least I'm not going to. 20 minutes? What do you think, Nathaniel?
Yeah, 20 minutes discussion. Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
And we have 10 minutes on the Malley Trust Fund recommendations. I'm forgetting what this exactly entails.
They have some.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say they received some additional funding that they would like to use. Didn't that come from Member Russell?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And I think it says that they're supposed to bring stuff to council for approval and everything. This is one of those that Allison McKinney Brown had been looking at to see, how we have a couple of boards and commissions with with budgets. And I can't remember what the whole thing was with this one, but it's the first time in a while we've had stuff come back to us from them.
Right.
I'll look into it.
Great.
So how long for that one?
Oh, I don't know. My hunch is it's not a big deal. 15 minutes, maybe? I don't know.
That's what I thought.
They got money given to them and they've got a way to use it and it makes sense.
Okay. And then we have, let's see, that's it. Okay. Is that
Actually,
it?
so just a quick question on the Malley Center. I know we have Allison Boyd as the staff responsible, but does Director Underhill also play a role in that since it does fall under Parks and Rec? If we're recommending, fixing up the bathroom or fixing up certain rooms of the Malley Center, I'm just kind of curious if
Question.
that falls under Director Underhill as well.
And you're talking about the I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. The Malley Trust Center. So we have Allison Boyd as the staff responsible, but if we're going to be, if the committee or the board is recommending, actual capital improvements or like fixing up a bathroom or fixing up a room, wouldn't Director Underhill also have a role in that as well? I just want to make sure that she's okay with what's being approved.
Oh, certainly, yeah. Yeah, she and Allison work very closely together all the time, and she's very up to date on that. Yeah, Jade, that's Christina Underhill.
Thank you. Sorry.
No problem. But yeah, she's definitely, I think she likes to let, if one of her staff members is the staff liaison, which I think in this case it is, and Allison is our recreation supervisor, she just likes to let her kind of take the lead on that.
Right. Okay.
So are we down to, consent items on this? So anything else on any of those? I think we've already read them.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
So May 8th, we have DDA interviews. That's the only thing right now.
And right now, just so you all know, we've only had 4 people apply for this. So we are sending out another round of, social media blitzes and kind of ramping up communications. So, we want to make sure we have enough to fill the seats. And if not, then we would need to then probably just wrap that into the next round of the other appointments that will be coming up. So we're just
How many do we?
Yeah, as of now, we have only 4 applicants for.
No, how many do we need to fill? I mean, sorry.
7.
I'm sorry, 7.
We need 7. Okay.
Yep.
And
so we're just slow to get some in, so we're going to kind of ramp that up a little bit. But I just wanted to give you the heads up that obviously, if we don't have enough, we may need to postpone this date.
Okay.
Stephanie, are there any requirements to become a board member for DDA?
No, we did change up the application process, which was primarily related to making sure that they were within the DDA boundaries. But other than that, I do not believe that there were any specific or different qualifications.
I think that the state statute does have some on there. I believe you have to have a certain number of property owners, business owners, and a resident, but I could be
That's
wrong.
what I thought. The makeup of the constellation has to be of a certain sort, right?
Right,
Is
and
that what
70%
you're saying?
have to be in the district.
Yeah, that within those boundaries. So
Okay.
I know they're just really ramping up the communication that the applications are open. So we may have to extend that deadline a little bit, but we're working on that with the community development team.
Okay, well, let's just
Keep it.
hold off till next week, and if we need to move it, let's move it earlier than later so that we don't jam up a meeting with stuff.
Yep. Okay, perfect.
All right, March 15th, we have a study session on Inglewood Sewer Connector District's rate analysis, development code assessment, organized garbage and recycling collection, RFP, content review, 2021 Arbor Day proclamation, vacation right-of-way on Alpine, and ordinance for stormwater bond issuance, first reading public hearing on site plan development for Winslow Crane, first reading vacation portion of West Cornell, first reading a vacation of South Huron.
I thought the first readings were
These are actually second readings.
seconds.
They were,
Okay.
yeah. So I apologize for the description being duplicated, but they will be seconds.
Okay, great.
Do we have these on the wrong date?
No, so we had on the previous regular meeting the first readings, and these will be the second readings. We don't have them currently in the system because they get created after the meeting, after they've passed.
Oh, no. I just realized there's 5 Mondays in March. I thought that was the second Monday. Sorry.
Oh, okay, sorry.
All right.
I've got my calendar, my Inglewood calendar next to my desk.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Do you have yours too?
Yeah, I have mine up.
Look at March 10th.
What about March 10th?
And then look for March 11th.
Oh, no way. Okay.
At least it doesn't throw the month off. There's just 2 10s. It's fine. I love mistakes like that. It's like Navajo rugs. You weave a mistake into it so all the bad spirits go out. So the month of March is going to let out all the bad spirits.
Let's hope so. Yeah, and I think Krista on the Tri-Cities call yesterday just got that fixed for your next calendar output. On March 20, we're on March 22nd, right?
Correct.
We've got a motion for renewal of AEC West contract, resolution to appoint the DDA. First reading vacation right-of-way for Alpine.
Shawn,
Yes.
they're for April 5th. So
Oh,
if I'm looking at this correctly, we don't have anything right now for the 22nd. Is that
Correct.
right? Okay.
That is correct. Yeah, March 22nd has nothing. I apologize for that confusion.
Back-to-back Mondays off.
My gosh.
Spring break.
Spring break. That's actually Nico's spring break.
We
So.
have worked so hard, I think, for a year. It would not be bad to take one off. I'm sure we'll find something, but
well, I have switched to my cell phone. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes.
yeah.
Great. So sorry, you were saying that I had announced it was March 12th, but we were actually on April 5th. Is that, or March 22nd? Is that right, Stephanie?
Yes, correct. I just wanted to make sure everyone understood that it was more April 5th where these items were happening at a regular meeting versus a study session.
Great, thank you. Yep, so we've got the AEC West contract, appointing the DDA, and then the right-of-way for Alpine, and the ordinance for stormwater bond issuance.
I have
Right now,
another
April
question.
5th.
I have another question about the DDA. Is the council member from that district just automatically on, or is there a council member on it? I don't remember.
Yes, this actually has a voting council member, I believe. but I need to double check that.
I
And
believe
does it,
that I was gonna say, I
Go
believe
ahead.
that's true, and I do not believe the council member has to be from that district.
I don't either.
I really think it should be, but well, okay.
Yeah, definitely council decision on that.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, this councils will decide
Mhm.
who's best.
Okay, and then moving on to April 12th, we've got a study session for Citizen of the Year nomination and selection. That's the only topic so far. April 26th, a study session, board and commission interviews. And then May 17th, Citizen of the Year recognition. May 24th, board and commission interviews and discussion. So we are looking out. And then June 7th, board and commission approved by city council. And then anything else on that agenda?
Not from me.
The only two council requests that I got last night was, has a single hauler trash issue been placed on a previous ballot from Questa? And then from Councilmember Anderson, I think he's asking for an analysis of some air scrubbing devices. He had a brand name, I think, of Pure Air that could possibly be deployed in the council chambers for in-person meetings. So
Yeah, I hope it doesn't take a whole lot of time to work on, because I know my workplace has looked through all of those, and
we've done some looking too, but I'm fine doing that. I think, you know, part of that money that you're getting back from the police refund of policing costs during COVID, that actually we have programmed, I think, over 200,000 from that for air purification systems. So,
okay, good.
and I think that's all we've got. Unless staff
All
has
right.
something else.
Shawn, I really don't want you to have to do COVID updates.
I don't want to either. Thank you for saying that. That was a little intense. So yeah, I'll have Brad or Tim do that.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Okay. I just was feeling really badly that you had to do that.
Yes, I had not planned ahead on that either, but it was fine. But I agree. We'll have Tim or Brad do that.
Okay. All right. I think we're done at the top of the hour for you, Nathaniel. 6 minutes to spare.
What did I say? What did I say?
You're good,
Good job,
Stephanie.
Steph.
All right. With nothing else, this meeting is adjourned. It's 8:05. Everyone have a good week.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right.
Everyone have a great